So the Informalist was opened in May of 2016. We focus on local, sustainable ingredients. There's a lot of different influences, but for the most part, I don't stick to one particular style only because it puts me in kind of a box that I can't get out of. I like to look at what I can get and then create the menu out of it. So there isn't one style, it's just whatever we have in the cooler, wherever the inspiration comes from. You know, we just kind of have to go with the flow and see where it takes us.
If the phrase in American dining that there is great food everywhere is true, well then it's never been more true than here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I'm here to meet the chef at the Informalist who, after leaving this town, came back and ran headlong into a farmer that was rediscovering animal husbandry and permaculture and how to grow great, authentic food. The two of them and their combined talents are helping to recreate what Eau Claire means within the pantheon of Wisconsin dining and the flavors of the Midwest. Chef Amy Huo.
Hey!
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Do we do the chef shake or we can do a real one?
We'll do a real one.
Nice
Come in for a hug, bud.
Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. You're wearing tuxedo black though, and this is called the Informalist. Should I have dressed up?
No,
No?
you don't have to.
All right, what do
The
you
great
make?
part about this place is that you can come any way you are and you're fine.
Be as you are.
You should be really comfortable here, so.
I feel comfortable.
Cool, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
What are you making?
Oh, I made some donuts. You want to try one?
Speaking of comfort,
Yeah, so
these look like root vegetables with some sort of, I don't know, what is this? Some sort of dust of some sort.
right, so in the restaurant we like to preserve a lot of stuff, so you can see this is from the 18th actually. This is sweet corn. It's really naturally, obviously sweet.
Oh, can I do like a little finger dip?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
So it's not like sugary cloying on your palate, but it's
Oh,
a
that's
little bit
really
sweet.
cool.
So it's got a lot of this is what I used to garnish the donuts with. So this is carrot puree, and I used a pot of choux dough, which is like profiterole or cream puff or whatever.
Right, the light fluffy kind of thing, little
Right.
air gets in there.
Yep. And then I deep fried it and put some sorghum syrup and
we're-
then some of the sweet corn on it. Sweet
We're in
corn on it.
Wisconsin after all, so let's
Because why
deep
not?
fry it. Can I just have make it happen?
Just get right in there. Look at the color. Check that out. That's where it's at right there.
It's like curry yellow.
So it's really orange carrots that we get from our farmers, and it's like really sweet. It's awesome.
I could go for a cup of coffee and some bad decisions on a Sunday morning with this. So are you catching up to the food that people have always eaten in and around this region and just making a little bit more refined, or are you echoing off of the things that they knew from their childhood, or are you introducing new stuff?
It's everything that you've seen before, but not in a way you've seen it. Like these are sweet and salty and a little bit bitter.
These are a perfect example because this is not your typical donut.
Right.
Right.
So it's kind of things that you would recognize normally, but you don't expect them to be in this way.
Is this endemic of your other dishes in that you're secretly a health food cook?
No, absolutely not. Butter
Okay,
in
good.
all the things.
I want to get that out of the way right away. Julia
no,
Child
no.
is smiling down at us.
Yeah, she should be.
Uh-huh. So you're part of this chapter of the revitalization and the renaissance of Eau Claire. Well, really the opening, the prelude were these delicious carrot donuts.
Right.
So I want to see where you take the story. I'm going to go sit in your dining room,
Sounds good.
which is where I do some of my best work eating.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get out of your
Always.
space where I hear you do some of your best work, the kitchen.
Or you'll have to tell me what if I
Yeah,
do.
see you out there.
Cool. All right.
My goodness, chef, this is a few light bites.
Yeah.
I'm loving
I
the color.
I thought you would want to try a little bit of everything that we get from Steph. So
Okay.
this is your pork chop, and then over here we have some offal toast, which is some tongue, liver, kidney.
Yeah.
I know.
You are
So
speaking my language in
there's
food.
There's a little bit of kohlrabi, sauerkraut, double cream,
Mm-hmm.
and then some pickled cheddar cauliflower. So that's sourdough that our baker makes in-house. It's a Pullman.
These are so good.
Hey, you don't have to fake it. It's all right.
No, these are really good.
All right, so this is our pork chop from Stephanie.
What is this?
So this is a black currant sauce.
Okay.
I like to incorporate a lot of permaculture things in the kitchen. So
And also because you and your husband have a permaculture 60-acre farm.
yes, so we
Correct.
are raising some of this stuff on our own.
So not only are you cooking the dream, you're living the dream.
Some of it. I do my best. I
mean, that phrase gets thrown around way too much, but you've got a permaculture farm, you're sourcing from all these farmers that you look in the eye and you know their ingredients,
Right.
and then you're preparing food.
I think it's really important to understand the process. So I don't just buy the things, I understand how they were grown.
Right. I'm intrigued, and I'm going to just delicately slide this pork chop over and ruin your gorgeous plating to expose Masa Dumplings. So you took
Always.
masa, which is basically alkalized corn, so that the skin comes off and you get that wonderful thing on the inside. Smash it up,
Yep.
turn it into a dough you can turn into a dumpling. And you said, oh, I'll just pair that with pork chops?
Yeah.
Which is ingenious, because those flavors will work so well.
Well, we'll see. I'm still working on this one, and I
Well-
want. See, it's falling apart.
It is
which
falling apart from goodness, as my grandmother would say. It smells great.
With the currant, it's really good, I think.
You know what it smells like? It smells like sweet corn plus toast right out of the toaster,
Yeah.
plus grape jelly.
Ooh, not something I thought of. I think it turned out pretty well.
Dude. Nice sear marks on the pork chop, by the way, chef.
That was my sous chef. He gets the credit.
Okay. That's really yummy.
The buttery fat. That's what
Well-
does it. The pork chop, I don't mess around
There's
with
a
too
little
much.
bite here. I mean, come on.
Wow, that actually turned out really well. I'm always surprised when I do something right.
I love that face. I love that face on chefs when they experiment in the kitchen and they pull it together in this composed dish. And folks like me try it and we're amazed, but we're not amazed like you're amazed because you know everything it took to get there.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, I risked it and I pulled it off.
Wow, man.
Pulling together dishes like this, you spend a lot of time in the kitchen. And I know there isn't just the yellow pages of local farms you can flip open.
Right.
So how do you even manage those relationships?
It's a lot of work. So I've known Stephanie for a long time. I called her when I moved back from Delaware and I said I want to get into learning about sustainable farming and all this stuff.
Did it make you a better chef?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think so. I think if I hadn't started there, I wouldn't have the understanding of what it takes to get to this point. So,
Every chef that I know that spent a significant amount of time around farmers, and I mean on a farm, working the farmers markets the way that you did, have such a different perspective on the ingredients. I mean, if that's informalism, I'll take it. If that's so casual you get it right, like, yeah, sign me up for that.
you can't, casual doesn't mean you don't care. Casual just means that you're comfortable.
And civility is not a sign of weakness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Amen to that. Thank you, chef. This is
Thank you,
delicious. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys could make it.
Well, there's good food everywhere. There's extra good food here in Eau Claire.